Ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. We are the Vinyl Community Guncles, ready to tackle the year 1990 with our tops and bottoms. We will be talking about the best music of 1990 and also not the best music from 1990. I think there was a lot more not best, but let's keep it optimistic, shall we? We are the Vinyl Community Guncles. I'm Robert Fitton, along with Craig from Greg's Vinyl Plethora, Richard from Calvin Wazoo, and ladies and gentlemen, the man that embodies the answer to the question, what? Mike from Hub Tunes.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely.
There you go.
Richard's first.
Oh, I'll start this off with my usual list of interesting events. And we can start off with January 21st, 1990. MTV's first Unplugged made its broadcast debut. And the musical guest was the Squeeze. So, British band.
Oh, yeah, we know Squeeze.
They did a Squeeze Unplugged? I don't even remember that.
I don't remember that either.
That was the very first one. Nobody remembers it.
I love the Mariah Carey one that used to play when I was working at Blockbuster over and over again.
Do you remember?
February 16th, Ike Turner is sentenced to 4 years in prison for cocaine possession.
Oh, Ike.
Oh, Ike.
Bad guy.
March 20th, a riot nearly started in downtown LA because Depeche Mode drew 20,000 people for an in-store appearance where they were going to sign copies of their album being released, Violator. It was at a Warehouse Records. So it was a near riot, not quite a riot, but almost a riot.
I remember that.
This one I thought was kind of odd just because of the lineup, because we're talking about Farm Aid. And in the lineup, you got Neil Young, you got Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, Guns N' Roses, and Jackson Browne. But you also had Elton John in this lineup for this one. And this is when Elton John dedicated the song Candle in the Wind to Ryan White, who was the famous teen, had contracted AIDS via a blood transfusion. And then the next day, Ryan White died.
Oh.
April 16th, there was a massive tribute held at Wembley Stadium because Nelson Mandela had recently been freed. And he appeared to people in a 45-minute speech, a taped speech. And some of the performers included, let's see, there was Anita Baker, Tracy Chapman, Peter Gabriel, the Neville Brothers. Never hear about the Neville Brothers anymore, you know? And Neil Young.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, there's only one alive, right?
Well, that's been a long time since, you even heard about the Neville Brothers. They were kind of peaked, at least in my awareness of them. They kind of peaked and then they just kind of disappeared.
Yeah. What about the Specials? Did they play?
I don't know.
Well, they had the Free Nelson Mandela song.
Yeah, they did.
They weren't listed in what I was.
But he was already free, so they didn't need
him. Yeah, that would be redundant.
Yes.
True.
They could have played a message for you. Anyway, August 24th, Sinead O'Connor refuses to play at the Garden State Arts Center in New Jersey because they had a tradition there of playing the national anthem before any event, whether it was a concert or whatever. And she refused to play unless they did not play the national anthem. And she got, ripped for her stance on it and was criticized. And a lot of radio stations dropped playing her songs because of that. But song. You know what? You go, girl. All right. So I'm not going to say these are ranked, but these are some of the albums that I pulled, many of which I have on CD only. It's 1990, and so for many of these, I bought the CDs, And later, very few of them did I bother to try and look up a vinyl issue of it because I was perfectly satisfied with the CD. But Neil Young and Crazy Horse was released 1990. Great album. I think this is like for sure in his top 5 recordings for me with him. Cowboy Junkies, the Caution Horses. Not my favorite Cowboy Junkies, but definitely a good one.
Favorites.
It is your favorite?
No, one of my favorites.
One of your favorites, yeah.
Lay it down as my favorite.
They got a cover of Powderfinger, and so covers are not always all that great, but they have it's a good cover of Powderfinger. I like it, but certainly not better than the original. Iggy Pop, Brick by Brick, released in 19.
Candy, I can't let you go.
Yeah, he's got Slash on here playing guitar with him. It's I like this album. I've read some articles where it was kind of dismissed, but I really dig this album, and I've always liked it. So I Won't Crap Out is another great song on here. My Baby Wants to Rock and Roll. It's good. It's Iggy. Grateful Dead, Without a Net. A lot of the live recordings, I prefer Grateful Dead on CD anyway, so I don't have to get up and flip records because, they're double, triple CDs. There's a lot of music on them. So, and I have a CD changer, so I can put them all in and then I don't have to get up at all, except to, for other functions. There's a... for vinyl now, one of my favorite bands, Midnight Oil, with this one here, Blue Sky Mining. It's not my favorite of theirs, but this is a really good album. They really didn't release any bad albums except for maybe Brain Damage, which was their debut, I think. And I'm kind of, but rest of their albums are all really, really good in my opinion. Then we recently talked about Underwater Moonlight. Robin Hitchcock, this is a solo album of his. It's kind of a darker album, a little more cynically sarcastic, but really, really good. I just gave this another listen. This is what I like about doing these years, is I end up listening to albums I haven't listened to in a long time, and this one is really, really good. Although the Cynthia Mask and Queen Elvis has got such a, it's like, is he singing to another gay man who is like, he needs to both come off his throne, but at the same time, just really let it go. I mean, it's kind of an interesting song.
I'm going to put that on my list for the commute tomorrow.
The album or Queen Elvis, or both. Depeche Mode had Violator. And, my favorite song on here is one that a lot of people poo-poo, and that's Personal Jesus. I think that's a really good song, and a lot of people think it's not all that great.
I love it.
I'm a big fan of Social Distortion. This, I think, is their third album, which is just called Social Distortion. The Ball and Chain, Drug Train. There's some. I just really like and this is the Music on Vinyl one, which they generally have some good pressings, good sounding pressings. I've loved Social Distortion ever since I first saw them on MTV which would have been about this time, 1990, for when they were doing videos from the album Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell. I think that's what it's called. This is an interesting album, another one a lot of people kind of don't think much of. And that's Songs for Drella.
Yeah.
I like the album cover because if you get the album there, you can see you can see Warhol's face. Certainly not an album that you would put out and listen to at a party or anything like that.
No.
It is, but the different takes and perspectives that each one, John Cale and Lou Reed present of Warhol are really interesting because they're not always praising him. They're pointing out his flaws. Starting off with Small Town, which I find ironic because, Pittsburgh, even in the 1940s, was not necessarily a small town. I, grew up in a small town with a population of like 600, so that's a small town to me. We have Pod from the Breeders, which was the first. When Slint broke up, the drummer ended up playing the drums on this album, but he went by another name. What was it? Shannon Doughton. Yeah, that was the name he went by. He adopted a female sounding name so that it would still sound like there were all women inside the band. My favorite album of Sonic Youth, not their best album, but it's my favorite one because it is the first one that I listened to. And I was living in Bozeman, Montana, and it just was like, I was going through a period where I was feeling kind of trapped. And this album just really, really helped, helped me with what was going on at that time. And just a couple more. We got Jane's Addiction, Ritual de la Habitual. Yeah, I like this one better than I do Nothing Shocking, although I know a lot of people like Nothing Shocking way better. But I think it's because, again, this was the first one that I listened to. And the song 3 Days, to me, is just epic.
Or Classic Girl.
Classic Girl, yes, as well. The hits, the singles, Been Caught Stealing and Stop were okay. But to me, the best songs are 3 Days and Classic Girl. Is Classic Girl the closer?
Yeah, I haven't listened to the album in years.
I think it's the last track on there.
Never listened to it.
What is it is the Classic Girl is the one. Of Course is another good song. I think that's when he's singing about his brother slaps him in the face. So I was like, wake the fuck up, people. Excuse me. Here's something unusual. This is Heavens to Murgatroyd even. It's the Headcoats already. This is a rockabilly garage rock band. This cartoon cover with these like woman with this atomic missile bra on.
Awesome.
It was an album that I bought as a blind buy because of the cover, and it's a good rockin' garage rock rockabilly album. I love the advertising on here. Man, I love the smoke. Endless boredom. I love Jesus, but it's all crossed off. So yeah, good album. And then finally, I can't remember who recommended this to me, but this was an album I bought without listening to it first, and I really like it. And that's Beers, Steers, and Queers by the Revolting Cocks.
Beers, steers, and queers.
Yeah.
I bought that
Really
without
good.
listening to it too, just because it was by a group called Revolting Cocks. I bought that in like 1991 on a cassette. I still have it on a cassette.
Oh, wow, great.
I was just like,
And it's probably not my first like industrial punkish rock, but I just really like this record.
I thought it was going to be like punk rock, and
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was not.
so did I. I thought it was going to be punk rock, but then it's yeah. Now I see it as industrial with kind of a punk edge to
I
it.
wasn't ready for that type of
Mystery
music
in
at
it?
that time.
So there you have it. I had a 12-inch single thought of, but I didn't pull it out but it was the year that Was did their single of Papa Was a Rolling Stone. So,
I only know Walk the Dinosaur.
Oh my god,
I don't know that.
you're lucky.
What?
That's terrible. And
Well,
the videos.
I know the song. That's the only song I know by them.
All right. Well, Craig is up next, but he's doing singles
I am.
because he keeps it short and sweet.
That's what I do. But well,
He's
got
got
a
30 honorable mentions.
no, I have no honorable mentions. I just have a top 20.
Okay. Here we go.
Actually,
It
I'm
could have been a
25.
lot longer. I had 3 pages of singles. So this is a big year in music for me. So I was a sophomore, I think, in high school. So and I'm probably gonna get a lot of sour faces, but I just don't give a fuck. So
You've
and
made
probably
that
will
clear. I mean, we all know that.
yeah, and it probably will start with this one because of the song that was sampled in it, but I don't care. I love that the song was sampled in it.
Boo.
And at number 20 would be Soho with Hippie Chick.
Oh, I
And
thought you
they-
were going to do Vanilla Ice. Ice, baby.
No, that's not even my thought process. No. Of course, they sample How Soon Is Now, with the little Cabbage Patch beat or whatever Robert would call it, but I don't know. I love Soho. They only did like 4 or 5 albums, but British duo or actually trio, I think. But the girls were the only ones that mattered. But yeah, Soho with Hippie Chick. No hippie chick. No hip. Let's see. Number 19. Moni Love with Moni in the Middle. Where you at? Yo, whoa. What is it, Moni in the Middle? Oh, so good. I love me some Moni Love. This is not the US cover though. The US cover had like cartoony weird shit, but yeah.
Good, you pointed that out, even though I never heard of this.
She's great. Yeah, she's talking about this dude. She likes this one guy, but then there's this other guy who's following her all around school and trying to get with her, and she don't want to get with him because she want to get with the other guy. So and he's terrible, the guy who's following her around. So anyways, and she's in the middle. Where's she at? Yo, Mo was Shimoni in the middle. Okay, number 18, Lisa Stansfield with You Can't Deny It, Baby. We drive each other crazy. So good. I love me some.
Oh my
Lisa.
God, now I remember that.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, being around the world and I can't find my baby. That's her big one, but I really, really love You Can't Deny It. You can't deny that I love it. Number 17. Really, I mean, people say this is their masterpiece. I disagree, but it's a decent album. But Policy of Truth from our friends, the Peachy Modi.
I knew one. Yay.
I agree that it's a decent album.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the album that pissed me off because that's the album that people were like, they made fun of me for years prior that I listened to Depeche Mode, and then that album came out, and then all the fuckers were listening to it, and so I spent about a year hating Depeche Mode because of that. But
what's that song about?
Policy of Truth. It's not about being gay.
Oh, I always thought that song was about coming out, and you probably don't want to do that because mean, if you listen to the lyrics, it kind of has that. It could be interpreted.
I think
that
it's
way.
just being truthful in general. But let's see. Number 16, Roxette with Dangerous. Hold on tight. You know she's a little bit dangerous. Got what it takes. You're welcome. I don't have a visual for the next one because this album was never released in the US, but a lovely band called The Farm with their song Groovy Train, because you got to get on my groovy train, get on my groovy train. So good. I feel like I'm in church when I sing
Was
that.
it not released in the US because of the 70s rock band, The Farm?
No, that it was never released on vinyl in the US.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I had the CD and the cassette tape, and actually I might still have my cassette tape. Let's see, number 14, Sinead O'Connor, here she is with The Emperor's New Clothes. Y'all thought I was going to say Nothing Compares to You, didn't you? Let's see, number 13 would be Modern English with Life's Rich Tapestry. And that song was actually in the Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead movie.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, the dishes are done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And number 12, Betty Boo. Betty Boo just doing the do, and you are through, and there's nothing you can do. I love me. Oh, Betty. Oh, Betty Boo. She's so good. Number 11, Black Crows with Jealous again.
Can't find my copy.
You know, I really need to get the second album. In my opinion, the first two are really all you need. But
Yeah. Agree.
Although By Your Side, which was like their fourth or fifth, that one's pretty decent. But let's see where we at. Number 10, Delight with Groove is in the Heart. Groove is in the heart. This song you can't stream anywhere. And you used to be able to, but now you can't. And I don't understand why. But number 9 would be Anything Box with Living in Oblivion.
What, does this sample something?
No.
Oh,
No, there's like this entire album you can't stream. So, and not just the song, but there's newer like recordings of the song, like 2020 versions that are terrible. Number 8 would be The Sundays with Here's Where the Story Ends. Oh, my Harriet. We just all know how much I love Harriet. Number 7, Peter Murphy with Cuts You Up. I mean, I really don't need to say anything more than it's Peter Murphy and it's Cuts You Up. Number 6, Janet Jackson with Love Will Never Do Without You. Love will never do. Didn't she say like play the alphabet or something like that? And number 5, Pet Shop Boys with Being Boring and their best album, We Were Never Being Boring. Number 4 would be George Michael with Praying for Time.
Back to back, same subject.
Praying for Time. And number 3, I got The Ways and Means to New Orleans, right? No, that's the wrong song. Right? No. Well, this is Bloodletting. Vampire song.
Yeah.
Concrete Blonde. Dun, 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 dun. No, I'm not. I think I'm singing the right song. I don't fucking know.
That's the vampire song, yes.
Yes. Number 2 would be The Cure with Never Enough. And they did a remix album that year, and this was the only new track on it. You have to have buy the 12 to get the single version, because on the remix album. It's the extended version. And my favorite song from 1990 would be the Cocteau Twins with Heaven or Las Vegas. And there you have it, my top 20 favorite singles.
Did we review that?
Yeah.
What? Yes, we did. All right, I'm going to set these right here.
Yeah.
I don't want them falling all over my face.
I didn't
happy
pull any of
birthday
mine,
to
so
you.
that's why I'm pulling them now.
Robert.
All right, it's Mike's turn.
Okay, I didn't pull everything because I just didn't feel like putting it all back. A couple of things already been said. Heaven or Las Vegas, my favorite album of theirs. Blue Sky Mining, great. You're right. They've not made a bad album. Uncle Tupelo, No Depression, great alt country record. And Craig just brought up Behavior, my favorite Pet Shop Boys record. I absolutely love it. We got the Hindu Love Gods came out this year. This is REM with Warren Zevon on vocals. Just covers. Nothing fancy going on here. Not groundbreaking, but I love Warren Zevon. And when that came out, I ran to the record store and bought it. The Pale Saints. What is I always forget the name of this record. What is this? Comfort something Comfort. What is the name of this? Fuck, I don't know. I always forget the name of it. But Pale Saints, kind of shoegazy kind of stuff. Pretty decent record. Cool band. They weren't around very long. In Excess X, our dear friend Craig got this for me.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Didn't you? I think you did.
Yeah, I did.
It's better than I remember it being. It's a good record. Man.
It's good. Yeah.
Awesome stuff on here. Yeah. I mean, I love In Excess. I don't think they made bad records either, really. I mean, Suicide Blonde's on here. Disappear, The Stairs. I mean, those three songs kick it off. It's a kick-ass record, man.
Mhm.
I forgot how good it was. Let's see. The Breeders Pod. Great record. This and Splash, by far their best. I saw them on tour, and they did this whole record. It was great. Really, really good show.
Oh, without Tanya, though.
This was like a long time ago.
Well, Tanya was only on the first record, and I don't know that she actually toured with them, did she?
I don't know. Great record. You know, this year is actually filled with like some of my favorite records of all time. There's like 4 records here that I absolutely love. World Party, Goodbye Jumbo, their biggest selling album.
We listened to that.
What?
We listened to that.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. Or did we do this or Private Revolution? No, we did this one, didn't we? Or did we do Private Revolution?
Oh, no, we did the other one, huh?
We did the other one.
Yeah, never
Yeah,
mind. I lied to you. I'm a liar.
This is the one that has really the big hits on it. Great record. Craig just showed this. My favorite record by this freaking awesome band, Concrete Blonde, Bloodletting. Just so great record all the way through. Not a bad song. We reviewed this too, didn't we?
No,
No?
we've never. No, we did a Concrete Blonde playlist.
Yeah. Great record. She's freaking awesome. I don't have to say anything more about it. Jeanette. And you guys are showing these too. Or this one at least. Violator. When this album came, I just love it. Personal Jesus. I dig that song, man. I know it does get shit on by a lot of people, but it's a great freaking song, man. It's so good. But great record. Not my favorite Depeche Mode. But my favorite Depeche Mode is nobody's favorite Depeche Mode record. So Violator, great record.
I think the thing with Personal Jesus is when that came out, they went from, because the previous album was Music for the Masses, and that was definitely a lot synth heavier. And then this one had the guitars and stuff.
That's
and I think that's where kind of like in my mind, that was my, we're going from Behind the Wheel and all of that stuff. And then now you've got this Personal Jesus thing, which is an all right song, but it just, it didn't sit well for me when it first came out. I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. Yeah. I have a different appreciation for the album now, but.
And then my last one, probably my second favorite album by them, but you can't go wrong with either one. This is Los Lobos, The Neighborhood, kick-ass freaking album, man. This and Kiko, their two best records. Actually bought tickets to see them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
November
they're gonna be playing
25th
in
in
space.
Yeah, they're playing in space.
Yeah,
Yeah, only holds about 300 people.
I know.
So yeah, Los Lobos, probably one of the best American bands going still. Awesome record. This and that and Kiko are probably the only two you really need. Well, no, the earlier stuff.
You need the
La Bamba soundtrack.
the robot on the front. What's that called? Something head? Colossal
Oh
head?
yeah. That's a great record.
What about the
Colossal.
one about the wolf?
Colossal.
How will the
Head.
wolf survive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Colossal Head's really hard to find on vinyl. It's very expensive. Yeah, hundreds of dollars. But yep, that's it. I think that's all I have for tops. Yeah.
I
got
have
some
25 in no particular order, but I didn't get a chance to pull all of them because I totally forgot to pull all of these. And I just start this, and all of a sudden everybody's showing records. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I didn't really pull anything. So these ones down at the bottom, I didn't have time to get out. But again, these are in no particular order. The legendary Pink Dots, the Crushed Velvet Apocalypse. Just really fun stuff there, kind of throwback psychedelic kind of thing. Also kind of a throwback psychedelic kind of thing, but in a different vein. Jellyfish and Belly Button. Even though it has a really thin kind of sound to it, I wish that was a little more, fuller sounding. Mark Lanigan from Screaming Trees, his solo debut was released. Very mellow stuff, not like Screaming Trees, but it's got his great vocal on there. It's called The Winding Sheet. Also check out Whiskey for the Holy Ghost. Traveling Wilburys, their second album, of course, called Volume 3. I like the involved people. I like what it could have been. Unfortunately, it suffers from kind of really over-the-top production. It's really loud and really it's got that brick wall sound to it.
But it has Poorhouse on it.
It just, I'm not big into remixes, but if you're going to remix something, that would be a candidate. The Breeders with Pod, that's already been mentioned. Did we mention the Happy Mondays? Did somebody bring up the Happy Mondays?
No.
Pills and Thrills and Belly Aches.
No.
Oh, did somebody mention the death metal band Death? I think Richard had them. No?
I've got their records. Did they have something released in 90?
Yes, Death came out with Spiritual Healing. This is where they go from kind of the cartoonish kind of singing horror movie stuff to real life stuff and how horrible life
I'm
is
thinking
and
of the
everything.
African American punk band.
No, this is the hard extreme metal band.
Oh, okay.
You can hear the pain in the guy's voice. I've always thought that they were much better than the average Cookie Monster vocal. Nothing that anyone on this panel would enjoy, but if you like extreme metal, check out the band Death and their Spiritual Healing album. And also check out the Pet Shop Boys. Behavior. Again, it's released in 1990, so it's a lot of AIDS, HIV type themes going on in that, including the song that we talked about being boring. The Cocteau Twins, an album I don't have on any format, but we did review it, and I remember really liking it. Heaven or Las Vegas. Didn't I like that, or did I not like that? I think I liked that, right?
I think you liked it.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
I think we all did.
Los Lobos, The Neighborhood. Talked about that. Judas Priest, Painkiller. That's where they make their big comeback. They're not doing shitty 80s music anymore, Ram It Down and the Johnny Be Good cover and all that nonsense. They get really, really heavy, really fast, really intense. And wow, Judas Priest, I didn't know you had it in you. But yeah, a Painkiller from Judas Priest. And I think we're at the point now where I've pulled all these. The Vaughn Brothers with Family Style. This album gets dismissed a lot because it's not as sort of classic as Texas Flood or Couldn't Stand the Weather or whatever. But this is just the two brothers kind of getting together and just having fun. And I really love the whole feel of this album. It was released right before Stevie Ray Vaughn passed away. And it's just these guys it sounds like you've been invited to a barbecue or something. And Stevie Ray Vaughn and his brother, Jimmy, are just playing the blues. I mean, it's really got a great feel to it. I really like that album, and it just gets dismissed. Fugazi and Repeater, not everybody's taste. In fact, this took me quite a few listens, but I finally got into that album. I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's awesome or anything, but it made the top 25 of
Fugazi
1990.
album.
But we're grading on a 1990 curve, so just keep that in mind.
I have one Fugazi album, so I know what you mean, because it's kind of like I want to get more Fugazi, but I'm really
right.
you know,
13 songs is the other big one. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Ragged Glory. This came out when I was at my full height of being into Neil Young. I don't know what triggered me, but I just was like, man, I got to get more and more and more and more. I mean, I had Decade to start with, and it was like one of those things where you start with like the compilation and you just start buying all the albums that go with it. But yeah, Ragged Glory is sort of I remember Rolling Stone was really into him at that point, was just giving everything he came out with like immediate 5 stars. Oh my God, this is the best album of the year. And that was one of them. Concrete Blonde with Bloodletting. And yes, it is the Way and Means to New Orleans is the Bloodletting song. But I always like the hit on here, Joey. And what's the one where God got his ass kicked?
Tomorrow Wendy.
Yeah, that's such a sad song.
The first time he came down,
I
and
don't
that's
need a
actually a
girl.
cover.
Yeah, I found that out when we were talking about it, reviewing it. Whenever we did the artist thing. Suicidal Tendencies, Lights, Camera, Revolution, the second album they came out with after they went kind of more heavy metal and less punk. Got the great song on here called Alone. Really just, they get a little obnoxious on that one, but I definitely prefer the Art of Rebellion, but that's a pretty good one too. Soup Dragons, fun stuff called Love God. I used to listen to this all the way through, and if this would have come out like 4 years later or something, I would have not been into this, but at the time, it was different. It was from England. It was
It's
totally
so
different
good.
thing. And I was so ready for something new in 1990. I was so done with the shit the glam metal and the shit like that has just gotten completely boring, basically. Not a big fan of starting off an album with a cover, but they do the Rolling Stones I'm Free, but I always love Mother Universe. And
fun fact about I'm Free. Not originally on the album.
Yeah, it would have been better without it, but
it was released with a different track, and then later, and I want to say the original was actually released in '89 without I'm Free, and then they did I'm Free, and then reissued the album. But I have the version on vinyl with I'm Free, but I want to get the one without it.
What the other song was? Depeche Mode, Violator. We've already talked about that. I always enjoyed the silence. That was always my favorite on there.
That's a good one too.
Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss. Everybody loves Slayer, right? You guys have this. I don't need to talk about Slayer. You guys.
Oh yeah, I've got 8 copies of that.
When they get a little more melodic, it's a great follow-up to South of Heaven, which is my favorite Slayer album. But the Seasons in the Abyss is even more into the more melodic and thought-out songs. They're not just thrashing, crashing, bashing it out. There's some real great stuff on there. Alice in Chains, Facelift. Again, I prefer Dirt. I prefer the self-titled one, but this one, is pretty good as well. It's like the very beginning of the whole grunge thing. You can tell because if you look at the photos of the guys on here, they're, they got the ripped, tight, tight-legged, light blue jeans on with the rips in them and the tennis shoes and whatever. So they're not, this is 1990. We're not quite there yet, but I've always loved Sea of Sorrow and a couple of other songs on here. We Die Young's a great opener. I never liked Man in the Box. And that was it's the same shit. It's like
they have better songs.
You know that you can move your other hand on that fretboard and change that note, dude. I'm the man in the box. Danzig's second solo, or the band Danzig, I guess. It's called Lucifuge. This is when I was first into him. It's got that great bluesy kind of sinister, evil kind of sound, and he was in top form on this one. And if you had the CD, it folds out into an upside down cross. Isn't that cute? Could you
Oh,
just die?
No, that's lovely. I never got Danzig. Ugh. And
You
that
have to
mother's
be
song or mama's song or
mother. That's you have to be the right age. You know, you can't get into Danzig now. You have to be.
well, I mean, I remember Danzig in the 90s and I did not
Oh,
like
okay.
it. Yeah, no, God, that mother song that
He is kind of a
scares
lot.
me.
You know, he's a little extra. You know,
Yeah,
but
it
and I met
scares.
him. I worked with him. He was really nice to me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Was not nice to everyone. George Michael, Listen Without Prejudice. I mean, this has got to be. Let me think. What's now? I guess no. This is my second favorite George Michael album, and obviously Faith is got the big hits on it. The Black Crowes, Shake Your Moneymaker. What a fucking breath of fresh air this was when it came out. Jesus Christ, just basic rock and roll, but done really, really well. And I was never a big fan of Hard to Handle. But you know, like Craig said, Jealous Again and Twice as Hard was always my favorite on here.
No,
I
that's
think.
a good one too. And She Talks to Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that song, but
But
and I like their cover of Hard to Handle, but
Thick and Thin was pretty good, but like everybody else, the second one, that's if you're gonna have one album, the second one's the one you want. That's where they really came into their own.
yeah.
You know, Jane's Addiction, De Lo Habitual, again, kind of earlier for the alternative stuff, but Ain't No Right was always my favorite on here. I knew there was one on here that we weren't talking about.
Yeah.
Ain't No Right. Ain't no wrong and ain't no right. There's only pleasure and and pain. Bad wind came, blew down my home, but now the green grass goes. Goddamn goodness knows. Where the green grass grows, there can't be wrong. There's only right. Okay, and finally, you're not going to see this too often in this little rectangle here. It's a hip hop album.
Oh, Vanilla Ice.
No. But I used to listen to, I had the tape of this, which strangely enough, the cassette has more songs than the CD. It has like 3 more songs. And I was trying to get back into hip hop because I listened to rap music when I was first listening, like in '84.
Is it a
You know,
Tribe
and then
Called Quest?
What's that?
The Tribe Called Quest? They had an album.
Of course not.
They had an album out there.
Wouldn't listen to that. So I would listen to this tape every day for like months on the way to work at Hardee's, and just really fun stuff. And then I went out to Panama Jacks and they were playing it, and always thought it was a really great time. Digital Underground with Sex Pack.
Oh, Sex Pack, yeah. The Humpty Hump.
The Humpty Dance and Do What You Like. What else is on here?
That's the only song I know.
Freaks of the Industry. And when you see us on stage, be prepared to G. I had no idea what that means. Still don't know what that means. Be prepared to G? I thought a G was a gangster. I didn't know it was a verb. Anyway, I don't know. The way you like the way we swing, because Oklahoma likes the way we swing. Anyway, yeah, Digital Underground with Sex Packets, featuring the Humpty Dance. That was
it's the do me, baby.
Oh man, the Humpty Dance is your chance. Do the hump.
Do the Humpty Hump.
Watch me do the Humpty Hump.
Get it.
What's got crazy in the Burger King bathroom? I'm crazy. Allow me to amaze thee. They say I'm ugly, but it just don't faze me. I'm still okay. Anyway, yeah, that's my list.
Oh, Humpty.
Time for bottoms.
Bottom.
Yes,
time.
and nobody better have Digital Underground on there.
Oh,
Don't what you like. I see guys and girls dancing. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
No Digital Underground.
I do have for my bottom something that Robert did mention, but it's not a release or a recording. It's an event, and that was August 27th. And that was when Stevie Ray Vaughn was killed in that helicopter crash, leaving the Alpine Valley Music Theater in East Troy, Wisconsin. He was only 35 years old. And while he was on, He had just changed, major change in his life, getting sober. And, you know, I grew up hearing my brother say this all the time, how certain artists, when they got cleaned up and they got off the drugs, that they couldn't play anymore. It was kind of a sick response to some of the situations. But man, when Stevie Ray Vaughn cleaned up, man, he was on a trajectory that who knows? You know, we'll never know now what might have happened. But yeah, that was August 27th, 1990.
We were sitting in the car leaving the parking lot, and it came on the radio. Just sitting in bumper to bumper.
You were at the show?
Yeah. I was
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a great show until the end.
Well, that's
Best
my
guitarist
bottom.
I ever saw live. I saw him live 3 times. Definitely the best guitarist I ever saw.
Yeah.
Live. Yeah,
Saw him 3 times as well.
hands down.
I never saw him.
Is that all you had?
That's it. You're
That's
next.
Oh, I'm sorry. My dog looked really, really cute, so I had to take a picture of her. Oh my, she looks so freaking cute right now. She's on her back. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so there was probably so much crap. There was a lot of crap, but some of my crap I didn't think was crap then. So first off, John Bon Jovi with Blaze of Glory, like, just get the fuck out. I mean, that's just a given. That's just then Nelson with their I Can't Live Without Your Love and Affection, which that was, of course, Ricky Nelson's twins, Gunner and Holster, or whatever their names are. I don't know. Not good. Then you had crap like Do the Bartman, like that. God, that was awful. But the ones that I loved, and then I question myself, which I don't do that a lot. I tend to just continue to love it, whether it was garbage or not. But you had CNC Music Factory with Gonna Make You Sweat, but it was a fun dance song at the time. And maybe every once in a while I kind of like it. But then you had Another Bad Creation, which was the little boy hip hop group with their song Aisha. She was the girl I never had. And they went on a little date and they played Nintendo and they ate cereal. We ate cereal, but I thought it was a great song. Gerardo with Rico Suave. Rico Suave. And
Yeah,
I
remember that.
oh, Rico
Remember
Gerardo.
that.
His greasy Jerry curls and on the boat in the video. Gerardo.
Rico.
And then and then we had MC Hammer with Pray. We gotta pray just to make it
Oh my
today.
God, with the Wind Doves Cry. It's like, don't do that to Wind Doves Cry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Prince never lets anybody sample his songs, but he let that happen. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's probably a lot more garbage, but
There is.
Yeah, there is. And I'll probably agree with y'all on some, or
That
just
Nelson song though is a guilty pleasure. I don't know why, that Love and Affection, but every time I hear that, it takes me right back to like right after high school. I guess because you never hear it; it never gets played. So I mean, it's one of those ones where I hear that, I can't not listen to it.
Didn't they have something about rain too?
After the Rain,
maybe, and that might have been the
album.
But yeah, I don't know. I had a friend that was absolutely obsessed with them, so maybe that was it. And I heard it all the time.
It's got a weird kind of misty production style on it.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'm up.
You.
Okay. These are more. Man, I didn't know a single song that Greg just mentioned, so I'm gonna take.
You don't know "Gonna Make You Sweat"?
No. I
Dance, dance, bump, 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 bump. Actually, maybe I don't want that to be on my prop list. Now
Anyway,
I
I'm
was
thinking about
shocked.
it. You know what?
Your word that
It's just a great song, and we're gonna forget that yeah.
Okay.
And
Well, these are
There was definitely much worse in 1990.
no, there was, yeah. No, I'm just was kind of trying to just think of like, okay, I really, really liked them, and maybe I don't so much anymore. But no, it's good. Go ahead, Mike.
okay. I just had a couple of disappointments. Songs for Drella was kind of a disappointment when it came out. You know, I do listen to. No, I don't listen to it much, but I have gone back and listened to it. Yeah, it was just there was so much build up for it that they were getting back together and they were going to do this album together, and you know they hadn't worked together and so on. And then it didn't work for me. But I get it. You know, I guess maybe Paul Simon, Rhythm of the Saints. That's not a good record. It's not. No, it's not a good record.
I've never heard it, but I've heard bad things about it. Is there a lot of like racial slurs in it or something?
What?
Is there a lot of racial slurs in it?
Oh, I don't know.
There's some album, I think it's that one where he says some things that, would get him canceled now.
Really? And that's the follow-up to Graceland, isn't it?
Graceland, right.
Yeah.
That's a good record.
Well, Graceland is. House of Love, a band I love. And they released another self-titled album called House of Love. And it's just kind of meh. I didn't like it at all. And now this one actually is a serious bottom. Jonathan Richman releases an album called Jonathan Goes Country, and it is awful. It is not what you want Jonathan Richman to do. It's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. I listened to it actually the other day. I didn't listen all the way through. I listened to like 4 songs and they were just absolutely terrible. Just not what you want Jonathan Richman to be doing. And I don't know who told him it was a good idea, but it wasn't. And that's all I got.
Okay, well, I have like 9 here, I think, 8. But I have albums, but really I've only heard one of these all the way through. So I'm kind of guessing how horrible these are based on the singles and maybe a couple of other tracks that I've heard off each one of these. I've only heard one all the way through. Primus, Frizzle Fry. It's Primus. How good could it be?
Agreed.
It's obviously going to be terrible. Extreme with Extreme 2, Porno Graffiti. It's Extreme. How good could it be? That's the one with Get the Funk Out on it, for God's sake.
That's a good song.
John Bon Jovi goes solo, like Craig mentioned, with the Blaze of Glory, the soundtrack to Young Guns 2. No. I know how that Blaze of Glory song sounds, and I think I heard another one off of there. That's a no thanks. I don't need to hear the whole album. Not interested.
Bon Jovi.
I'm so glad nobody. Yeah, John Bon Jovi, not Bon. This is John Bon Jovi gone solo
by himself.
Yeah.
Still, just the name.
I'm so glad nobody had this on their top list. Belle Biv DeVoe and Poison.
That girl is poison.
And that whole what's called New Jack Swing sound. I've always the percussion of that, especially. I've always hated that. That trash can kind of percussion. I am not into that at all, and I do not like that. Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison. I think they had another one too. Another track on there that I didn't care for either. But
I can't remember what it's called now. But Do Me Baby. But yeah.
They must have had another one then.
Do Me Baby.
Do Me Baby is Prince.
No,
that's a baby. Give it to me.
Anyway, with Belle Biv DeVoe though, you learned that you never can trust a big butt and a smile though.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, never trust a big butt and a smile. I learned that from Belle Biv DeVoe, and I have that on vinyl.
Bounce back asses.
So glad I don't know what that means.
They're smiling. You can trust that.
So glad I don't know.
Asses you can bounce a dime off of, and they turn around and give you a smile. That's total trust. I'll trust that.
Ah,
That pushback action. Anyway, Vanilla Ice to the Extreme. I've heard maybe 5 songs off of it. It's Vanilla Ice. I mean, come on. Although I did kind of get some appreciation for him later on when he would do like cameos in movies because he seemed to get the joke.
Yeah.
And he had that movie out. I was working at Blockbuster at the time. I would love to see this movie again called Cool as Ice, where
awful.
he seemed to be, I mean, this is like 92 this movie was out. And really, Ice Ice Baby was more 91 than it was 90. I mean, it grew in popularity and blew up in 91. He seemed to be in on the joke. I mean, that movie is so campy and
it's
so like
terrible.
But is
I've
it?
seen interviews with him.
It is. It's really the acting is terrible. It's
right,
terrible.
but is it a terrible thing to watch though?
Yeah.
Do you have a bad time watching it?
I mean, I couldn't get through it, so
I watched it when it came out, and I'm like, really? I was expecting him to be like a badass, you know, with like a gun and shit like that, and fucking gangster dude, and whatever. And it's this campy little thing in this small, clean, like suburban town, and he's like,
they're riding their motorbike.
It's like a movie from the '60s or something. It's really like made me appreciate him in this weird, like B movie kind of way, but he for fucking up under pressure, that's unforgivable. So,
well, stop, collaborate, and listen.
Styx got back together again with Dennis D. Young for Edge of the Century. No thanks.
No,
thanks.
I didn't remember that.
Heard that. Heard a lot from that, and not into any of it. Winger.
Oh,
Winger.
Winger.
Young. Winger needed to know when to give it up, which would have been like after album 1. And that was too much. But yeah, Winger's still around in the 90s. That's not going to work.
No.
And the next album after that, Pull, was even worse. But it all really comes down to the worst of the worst. We're scraping bottom of the barrel. And there's a lot that I could mention, but that aren't even worthy of mentioning. But this one was a little more popular. But we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I would literally rather hear Belle Biv DeVoe. I would rather hear John Bon Jovi than Warrant with Cherry Pie. And I've already talked about this album before because if you remember, we've already done 1990 for me before because we did that thing where we talk about the music from the years that we graduated high school, and mine's 1990. My God. And I have the reason I picked Warrant Cherry Pie over the dozen other albums that are just like it is because I've heard this all the way through. And the reason I heard it all the way through was in 1996, they played the Illinois State Fair on this tour with these other bands, like Firehouse was there.
Was Trickster there too?
It wasn't Trickster. It was Firehouse, Warrant, Slaughter, and Quiet Riot.
Oh, because
Illinois State Fair in 1998. And the morning show interviewed Kevin DeBro right before he passed away, really, from Quiet Riot. He was really fun. He was down to earth. And one of the other guys, I think the afternoon guy, interviewed the guy, Mark Slaughter from Slaughter. And I was supposed to interview the guy from Warrant. And so I went, because I always like to do this when I was interviewing people. I always like to ask like questions that showed that I knew about them. I wasn't just asking generic questions. So I'm like, all I know about this band is that they're fucking horrible. They got this fucking song on another album called Down Boys that I remember that when it first was on MTV, I'm like, this is terrible. Where the Down Boys go. I wouldn't go where the Down Boys go. It's like Rob Halford would be like, dude, you got to rein it in, man. It's like 1989 here. Dude, come on. But they had that, and this shitty ass one of the worst power ballads ever called Heaven. Do you remember that? I never really heard it a lot because I'd always turn it off. But I know the
Heaven isn't too far away or something like that, right?
Yeah, because it starts up, got a picture of your house, and you're standing at the door. It's black, and I'd turn it off. I don't know what it says after that. But yeah, Heaven isn't too far away, no matter what your friends might say, is the fucking chorus. But this is the album after that. So I'm going to listen to the whole thing and try to cull something to do this interview. And it was just fucking schlock all the way through. Cherry Pie's the best song on there. Can you imagine that?
Oh, God.
Right. and it's like this jump ropey rock. She's my cherry pie. Taste so good, grown man, cherry pie. It's that girly, sing-songy fucking hard rock shit. That's just it's the same thing. I cannot fucking stand that shit. And this is why, and I've said this before, I'm repeating myself, but this is why grunge could just walk on in and take over. It wasn't because of record labels. It was because of shit like this. I worked with record labels for decades. They want two things. They want control and they want money. Who's easier to get money from than a band that you've already signed and had 3 albums out for? They didn't want to get rid of and drop all these bands because it was easy or because they wanted to. They dropped them because a new thing had to come in because this was all turning to shit. Like this Cherry Pie album. Awful. And the album tracks on there are insipid. I think they do a cover of Train. The old Dolly Parton does that. But Blackfoot was the band that made it a popular rock song. They got that. They got a song about a 3-way called Love in Stereo. They got this shitty song called Uncle Tom's Cabin. That's not about anything to do with the book Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's about some, I don't know, the chief of police is burying a body and I got a secret. I got a secret. I can't tell. He put the bodies in the wishing well. It's all horrendous. And it was, my God. And I was the right age for this. And this is why it was so important for alternative music and grunge to come in and just wipe this shit out because it had gotten so fucking stupid. And Warrant Cherry Pie, prime example. If you weren't around and you want to know why grunge music could just waltz on in and take over, listen to the entire album.
No,
Warrant.
no.
I've heard
Corporate rock schlock, fucking moving studio players in, and the guitarists in the band aren't even on the album. I don't think aren't on most of the songs or something like that.
Yeah,
it's just
something like that. Yeah.
Fucking stupid. Anyway, those are my bottoms of 1990. Just an example of the many bottoms from 1990.
I saw, I think I've mentioned this before, but I saw Warrant in, I think it was either 90 or 91, but it was with Firehouse and Trickster.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They did those shows a lot where they would group up these has-been bands and go out.
I don't really remember a lot about it other than there were a lot of people smoking pot, so I was pretty sure I was high. And the damn Cherry Pie girls roller skating around the stage the whole time.
Like I said, Cherry Pie's the best song on there. I love double entendre 80s sex songs. Slide It In and all that. A lot of people don't like that stuff. I love it. Yeah. But I mean,
Trickster was the highlight of it.
And it's too sing-songy. It's that Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, ended up, that album was so horrible, I did not interview the guy. I passed it on to a different DJ and be like, you want to interview this motherfucker? Because I don't know what to. Why are you so horrible? Why, I mean,
I wanted to know how the interview went.
No, it did not go with me.
Isn't his name Janie Lane or something like that?
Janie, I don't know.
I think it's Janie. Janie Lane, I think. But and he died, right?
He died, yes.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know what our next year is?
Yes.
We might be excited.
Kevin Bro died too, right after that interview.
We might be excited. Okay, 1970.
1970.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we haven't done that?
We have not done 1970. Yeah.
One of the greatest years in music, and we haven't done it. How is that possible?
I mean, what's it to be a two-parter?
Right? I'm not pulling out all the best records from 1970.
Yeah, I'm not.
We'll see if I can even come up with the top 10. We'll find out.
Bad finger.
Naughty.
You're a naughty finger.
The Beatles, Let It Be. Rolling Stones. No, wait, that would be Get Your Yayas Out. That's a live album. That isn't.
I don't know. I'll find out.
There'll be a lot of good ones.
I keep thinking of 71 albums. Wait, that's 71 too, isn't it?
71 was also one of the greatest years of all time.
Yeah, I would keep thinking of like Janis Joplin, The Doors, and
year of music of all time. Absolutely.
Led Zeppelin 3 was 1970.
yeah, Led Zeppelin
Yeah.
3.
Right. Yep.
I don't care.
All right, Led Zeppelin.
All right.
Led
Led
Zeppelin 3
Zeppelin.
coming up.
Coming up,
God.
Led Zeppelin 3. No, please
So
don't.
yeah,
make
the tops and bottoms of 1970 on the way. We are also going to be reviewing this album that Mike chose, The Spirit of 67 from Paul Revere and the Raiders. I think that's the next episode. All that and a lot more. Oh, you got the mono one.
I do.
The mono one where you can see more of them here, the stereo
Yeah,
one.
because that's what we want to see. More of them.
You guys ever realize that on this, like the Columbia and RCA does this? A bunch of labels used to do this where they had stereo and mono. It'd be the same slick, and they just pull it up, and so you'd have more here on the stereo one. You'd have more here on the mono one.
Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, the Monkees albums were like that.
Learn.
Anyway, that's a little fun fact for you. But yeah, all that is coming up and much more. Hopefully, you'll join us for that. Thank you for joining us for this. Be sure to put in the comments how that Poison Belle Biv DeVoe song is. Oh my God, best song ever.
It is the
Comment.
best song ever. That girl is poison.
I'm Robert Fitton, along with
Oh, Richard, Ed, Kelvin, Wazoo.
Greg's Vinyl Plethora.
Mike and Hub Tunes.
I'm going to go listen to Slayer now.
Oh, joy.
Well, you just do that.